think you're stuck and God's just calling you to be a better steward? Today, we're talking about biblical stewardship and how this one shift can change everything for you. And you are not here by coincidence. God led you here today. Hello, friends. Welcome back to the Midlife Grace podcast. I am so grateful that you are here today because I truly believe that this conversation has the potential to completely shift the way that you view the season that you are in right in this very moment. Have you ever felt like, I'm not sure if I'm doing this right? Have you ever felt like, I'm not sure if the things that I desire to happen are going to happen? Maybe you have felt like this season that you're in is just a heavy, hard season. Have you ever felt like you're doing all the things right? Maybe you felt like you've been praying. Maybe you felt like you've been believing in God. Maybe you are in your waiting season. You're continually asking God for that breakthrough, and you've been longing for it for so long. Maybe it's just you desire more income, maybe more influence, maybe more opportunities to come your way, or maybe you're just looking for serious clarity. We all need clarity, right? So maybe you're sitting waiting for the door to just completely open. And yet, again, it feels like nothing is happening, nothing's moving. Maybe you found yourself also wondering, God, where are you? Where are you? I know you're here, but where are you? So, what if the real reason that you're not seeing this abundance in your life, that you're not seeing this increase coming forward in your life, that you're not seeing all the things that you desire? What if you're not seeing this because you think God isn't moving? What if He's truly been moving the entire time? What if the delay isn't about His willingness? What if it's about just being a better steward with what He's already handed you or what He is to hand you? So I know that's not always the message that people would love to hear, but it's one that we truly desperately need to hear. We live in this culture today that celebrates getting more, right? More followers, more money, more success, more possessions, more influence. But the kingdom of God just wants to ask a different question. Not how much do you have, not what are you going to do with what I've already given you, right? That's what the kingdom of God is going to ask you. What are you going to do with what I have already entrusted you with? And that changes everything. Jesus said in Luke 16:10, whoever can be trusted with very little can be trusted with much. Think about that for a moment. God measures our faithfulness. He measures our faithfulness, but He doesn't measure faithfulness by the size of what's in your hands already. He measures faithfulness by how do you care for what is already there now, and how are you going to care for what's to come? We find ourselves all the time praying for more and bigger things, bigger opportunities, um, all the things for us, but we're sitting right there where we're neglecting what's already in front of us. So we're asking for more money. Wow, we're ignoring the budget that God has really created and given to us in front of us, but we're not following it. We're not budgeting the things. So God never really created us to ignore those types of things. So maybe you are someone who's asking for maybe a bigger social following, a larger platform, but you're sitting in inconsistency with your audience that you've already developed, right? That's already come to you. Maybe you are sitting and being very inconsistent in what he's already given to you. So we always ask God for this thriving business while we're still avoiding going to him with the conversations that we need to have, with the discipline, with the planning, with the obedience that he's requiring us to really truly build the business. So I just want to say that I know, friends, stewardship is not glamorous, but it's often hidden deep inside of us, and it just needs to come to the surface. And it's choosing to be an obedient to God, be in that obedience when no one's even looking. It's about managing your time with the intentions, right? It's about honoring your time. It's about honoring your finances. It's about caring for your body. It's about nurturing all the relationships that are around you, right? And it's using your gifts that are going to come to the surface instead of putting them behind and burying them under. So showing up consistent, even when you don't see results, that's stewardship. And here's something that I've learned. Increase doesn't create faithfulness. Faithfulness creates increase. Sometimes we think that if God would just give me more money, then I'd be generous, right? How many times do you see people say, if they had more, I would give to this, I would do that, I would do this, I would do that, right? Generosity, you know, it's a good thing, but you still have to steward inside generosity. And generosity does begin before the abundance comes. But we think also, if I had more time, I'd spend more time with God. But that has to come first. You can't allow that thinking to happen. You can't allow your time to rule your life. You need to rule over your time's life. Okay. You need to be in obedience to God first and foremost. So that time comes first above all things. So this has to start first. And faithfulness always starts with the minutes that we already have in the day. So if you start your day with him, in him, through him, you have to give your day to him first. See, you have to have that alignment with him. You have to have that obedience every day to come to him. And that is going to impact your life in bigger ways than you can even imagine. You're going to start to be a better person every single day when you start to be that faithful steward to him. God doesn't look for perfection. He looks for faithfulness. He looks for faithfulness. More doesn't fix poor stewardship. It just magnifies it. So if we don't steward one opportunity well, then 10 opportunities that we have will not suddenly make us faithful. So if we're not stewarding what we have today, our income, If you're not stewarding the things today, then tomorrow's increase often begins into stress. It becomes a stressful thing. Stewardship is not about restrictions, it's about preparation. Think about this. Think about Joseph. Before God placed him over the nation of Egypt, Joseph faithfully managed Potiphar's house. Then he faithfully managed that prison. Only then did God entrust him with the entire nation. Think about David faithfully caring for sheep, right? Before he ever led a kingdom, he faithfully cared. He stewarded those sheep. So the servants in Jesus's parable of the talents, they were entrusted with different amounts of things, but each was elevated by the same standard of that faithfulness. So God has always prepared people in private before he's promoted them publicly. So today, maybe today, isn't just about asking God for more. Maybe it's about asking him, Lord, show me what you've already placed in my hands. Maybe it's your family. Maybe it's ministry, a job, finances, health, business. Maybe it's simply just today. Because today's stewardship is what truly is going to shape your tomorrow that comes and your tomorrow's opportunities. So, friend, I truly believe stewardship is one of the most greatest acts of worship ever. And when we faithfully manage what belongs to God, we're saying, Jesus, I trust in you. I honor you. I recognize you. Everything came from you. So Psalms 24 reminds us the earth is the Lord's and everything in it. Nothing belongs to us. We simply are managers of what resources he has given. So when we begin to live like that, that perspective changes everything. Our finances start to change, our priorities start to change, our schedules start to change, our relationships start to change, our peace changes because we no longer are chasing. We're no longer chasing for that more. We're faithfully managing what God has already entrusted us with. So if you are feeling stuck, if this is what's lately happening to you, don't automatically assume God has forgotten you. He hasn't. Pause, pray, ask him, Father, is there something that you have already entrusted me with that you are asking me to steward differently? That one prayer can transform everything for you. Because as we know, increase isn't random, it's entrusted. So I hope that this episode really and truly helped you open your eyes to just becoming that better steward that the Lord has called us to. I hope that this opens your eyes to what you truly can do with the little that the Lord has given you and how you can truly start to connect with him and know that he has entrusted you with so many things, but he wants to see you moving. He wants to see you doing all the things that he has truly called you to do with what he has given you. And I just think that it's a beautiful thing that we can just sit back and rely on him, but also know that when we start stewarding things better in our life, he moves amazing things to us. He moves beautiful things to us. So I just want to say that if you are someone who is desiring to know more about stewardship and to trust more into what he has called you to do, and you want to understand stewardship just a little bit more than what you are truly sitting in right in this moment, then I want to invite you in to the upper room. The upper room is a beautiful, beautiful, it's a beautiful place. Also, if you need support, let me know. Just send me a DM. But the upper room is truly a beautiful place to start. And you are going to have a transformation when you step into the upper room like never before. It's an 8T framework rate. It's an 8T framework course that you can step into to learn all the things about what God expects you to do in stewardship and how things can transform in your life. So jump on over to blessboss.store. Go ahead and grab that program because I can't wait to see what's going to happen in 30 days whenever you start stewarding things differently. So I'm going to leave you with what I leave you with in every episode. But first, I want to just say thank you so much for all the support you have always given. And I want to just share with you, if you like this podcast, please download, subscribe, leave us a 5-star review. This is what helps other women to find us. And I'm going to leave you with what I leave you with in every episode, Ephesians 2:8. For it's by grace that you have been saved through faith, and it's not from yourself. It's a gift from God. Thank you so very much for tuning into the Midlife Grace podcast. And I can't wait to jump on another episode with you because this stewardship is life changing. And I cannot wait to help you step in and transform your life into the steward that God has called you. Have a great day. God bless you. Bye for now.